latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo Del Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite icons and athletes. My name is Diego Dario. And in tonight's game plan, we'll catch up with NLEX Road Warriors head coach Yang Yao and their newest reinforcement KJ McDaniels to find out how they have been building up the team for the PBA Governors Cup.
We'll also list down the top players from the recent window of the FIBA Asia World Cup 2023 qualifiers. And we'll fly to Korat, Thailand to check in with the latest homegrown Filipina volleyball player abroad, Mylene Paat. Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. It has been 2 years since the last PBA Governors Cup, and fans are at the edge of their seats to finally see its return. The teams are also fired up for the day of tip-off, and one of them who's ready to leave it out all on the court are the NLEX Road Warriors. Tonight, to tell us how the team has been preparing in the off-season, we have head coach Yang Yao and their import NBA veteran KJ McDaniels. Welcome to the game, KJ and Coach.
Hi, Coach. Hi, KJ.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for having us, Paulo and Diego.
Thank you, Coach. Thank you, KJ. Coach, I'm going to start with KJ first. KJ, do you know that you dropped 41 points on my partner here in your PBA debut? It makes him sad to this day. It's incredible.
Hey, KJ, I remember that. I was in Araneta. Your first ever PBA game, you had 41 points against our team. But, you've been playing in the PBA, also, in the NBA for a while now. But, you were with TNT. You led them to the semifinals. Right now, though, you're with a new team, the NLEX Road Warriors. What do you hope to bring to the team?
I just hope to bring, a lot of energy on both ends, being effective on both ends, helping them go, helping us go, as far as, we can. Hopefully that's to the finals and, winning the championship.
Coach Yang, KJ's been here for 3 weeks already. I'm sure he's already been acclimated with you and the rest of the team. Kamusta naman siya? How has he been and how's the team shaping up?
We're doing good. KJ is doing fine. He's getting in better shape every day. We're trying to get him used to our system. I don't think we'll have any problems with that. He's getting along with the guys really well. So I think we have the right import for us this conference.
Coach, but is he getting along with you? Because KJ, you know that Coach Yang is one of the fiercest coaches in the PBA. He has that reputation. How has he been?
He's a great guy. I love his intensity and his seriousness. It's a winning culture there. Just from the time he comes in the building to the time he leaves, and I'm happy to be able to play for him.
Well, Coach Yang, we know that KJ has been gelling well with his other teammates, but you also have new players in Chris Rosales, who's also a great playmaker. Siyempre, nawala nga si Kiefer, Coach. Now you have another playmaker, and also babalik rin sa'yo si Marion Magat. He played for you as well. Kamusta naman yung adjustments nila when it comes to playing with NLEX?
Well, of course, we need a little bit more time for KJ, the rest of the new guys, to be able to adjust to our system 100%. But of course, it's very early, and I feel like KJ coming in one of the earliest imports gives us a huge advantage over all the other teams. But I'm very happy with Chris Rosales coming in. He's just been practicing with us a few days. He had to quarantine himself. Marion Magat, he's a balikbayan to our team, so he knows most of our system. Just needs to probably rehash some of the systems. He's been some of the previous patterns and plays that he's been used to, but we're all doing fine. I think we'll have a good conference this conference.
Coach, just to follow up kay Chris Rosales, ano yung nakikita mo sa kanya and what do you expect from him na magiging role niya dito sa NLEX?
Chris is a very solid point guard. As you said, nawala si Kiefer sa amin, and with Kiefer, we lost about 16, 17 points a game, 6 or 7 assists together with his maybe 4 or 5 rebounds, and then plays good defense. I think we'll get close to those numbers with Chris Rosales. Not right away,
Yeah.
but once he gets adjusted, I think he'll be able to get close to those numbers. Kailangan kasi ng tulong din ni Kevin, no? Kailangan ng tulong ni Kevin. We had some trouble after Kiefer left, no? This last conference. We were doing fine for a short while, but then nung lumabas na talaga yung natural, talagang kailangan namin ng tulong sa point guard position. So Chris fits the role, no? And I think he's going to enjoy playing for our team.
That's big shoes to fill there for Chris, and we wish for him the best, especially as he gets used to that particular role. And KJ, again, you've been here before, and you already know the style of Philippine basketball. You're familiar with some of the faces here. And in your head, are there already games that you already have pegged? Maybe looking at playing your former team, maybe looking at playing against certain players. Are there anything like that right now that you're looking forward to in particular?
I mean, right now is just coming in with the right focus. Being able to help my team, get over that hump, and playing together. Making each other better each day in practice. And then when it comes to the games, I'm excited for every game, no matter, who it is. A lot of imports, coming in, I am familiar with playing. And like you said, like playing against my former team, that'll be, exciting. And, I'll see a lot of familiar faces, there. But, overall, I'm just happy that, we're all back playing. I love playing, for the Filipino community. Everyone, shows a lot of love here. And, I'm just looking forward to it, and, I'm happy to be back.
Well, we haven't seen you in a couple of years. Have you changed in any way, shape, or form in terms of how you approach the game, how you take care of yourself, or your game in general, KJ?
Mainly working on my perimeter game, being able to knock down, 3-pointers when, like late in the game, when fatigue starts to hit in. But, I'm still that player that, wants to bring excitement on both ends, be able to just be a more efficient, knockdown shooter. I'm still, being able to guard, through, 1 through 5. I feel like that's the biggest thing, just putting on like extra muscle. But when it comes to, banging down with the big guys, and it's, it's just a blessing to, stay, stay in shape and stay, just staying ready for, the next opportunity, and this is it. So, we're excited going in, and I'm looking forward to it with the new squad.
Well, KJ, we're very excited to see that version of you. Of course, more outside shooting from you. I'm sure Coach Yeng would love that. Pero kay Coach Yeng, ano yung goal nyo for NLEX this conference?
Well, we were short, in the last conference. We were in the quarterfinals. We took Meralco to a do-or-die game. We feel na na konti na lang makakarating kami ng semifinals. So with KJ's presence, with the new guys, with the rest of the guys trying to get healthy, we still have some guys who are trying to get through therapy at this point, but I think they'll be ready by opening day. So as long as we're all healthy, as long as we feel we have the players who can complement each other on the floor, I think we can get to the semifinals. We'll try to get to the semifinals.
Absolutely. Coach Yang, KJ, thank you very much for joining us here. Coach Yang, safe trip home. I know you're on the road. Thank you very much for staying safe, parking your car, and making sure that you could talk to us properly. And KJ, thank you very much. We really love your stories about the NLEX practices. That's how we know what's happening inside. So thank you. Please keep doing that.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thanks for having us.
All right, after the break, One Sports anchor Carlo Pamintuan joins us to name his top picks for top players in the FIBA Asia World Cup 2023 qualifiers. Did your favorite player make the list? Stay tuned. You're watching the game.
You're watching the game. My name is Diego Dario. FIBA fever was on full display in the recent window of the FIBA Asia World Cup 2023 qualifiers. With superstars showing their skills on the world stage ahead of 2023, a couple of big names have begun to separate themselves from the pack. Joining us tonight to give us his picks for top players in the FIBA Asia World Cup 2023 qualifiers, One Sports anchor Carlo Pamintuan. Hi, Carlo.
Thank you for having me again, Diego. Hello po.
That's such a formal greeting. I
Hi,
love
Carlo.
it. Oo nga eh. Pero so first of all, walang Gilas Pilipinas because our window's coming in February or next year, 2022, right? So still, we still get a chance to look at all of the FIBA World Cup qualifiers courtesy of One Sports. You had the opportunity to call those games. And iba talaga eh, being able to see some of the regional powerhouses here to see how the Philippines stacks up, and based on the games that you called, Carlo, how was it? Does it make you even more excited to see Gilas come 2022?
Oh, for sure. I mean, seeing China going up against Japan, you just imagine being in that situation against New Zealand, Korea, and India, the teams that we are going to have to deal with in the first group stage of the Asian qualifiers. And the entire point of having this home and away format is to bring the game to the fans. And the fans in Japan, I think, enjoyed having their team competing against China. Unfortunately for them, they ended up on the losing end. But again, for Japan and the Philippines, hindi naman ganun kalaking problema because we are guaranteed of spots in the upcoming World Cup as co-hosts. So it is a process for them, while China, that has been a team na buo na talaga. I mean, you know that China will bring it game in and game out, and that is what they did in that particular set of games.
Of course, and you can catch all of that in One Sports, and hopefully we'll get to see more of the FIBA World Cup qualifying action there as well.
And I'm sure a lot of Filipino fans are excited for that as well. But now that we've seen all these teams compete in the qualifiers, you gave us your picks for top players in the FIBA Asia, starting with ARSALAN KAZEMI from Iran. Of course, these are his stats: 2 games, 10 points, 26 rebounds, 14 points, and 17 rebounds. What can you say about him, Carlo?
I mean, what can you not say about those numbers? You can't grab 26 rebounds in a game and not be good at basketball. And not be good at what you do. Iran is in a stage where they're moving forward from the Hamed Haddadi, Nika Bakrami era. And it's weird to say because we saw the return of one of their point guards, a 39-year-old Medicam Rani. So, in a sense, they're taking also, a trip towards memory lane. But KAZEMI is an outstanding player. I mean, wala namang duda with what he can provide. With Haddadi stepping back after the last performance of Iran in the Tokyo Olympics, you know that they need one of their big men to fill in that role. And KAZEMI is ready for the big time. He is ready to take one of the leadership roles for Iran, and not just numbers-wise. Just how important he has been in this squad. He has been the understudy of all the great Iranian centers, but now it's his time.
Still a long way to go, though, living up to that. Syempre, you mentioned Haddadi. It's going to be tough to live up to that name, and let's see how far he can go in his career. Now, moving on, we also have WAEL ARAKJI from Lebanon. You called him cerebral. You say he can dominate without scoring. And how does he do that in particular?
There are, I think, in terms of Asian point guards, with Jason Castro stepping back from his Gilas Filipinas duties, there are 2 point guards who can really lift their team without necessarily scoring. And the other point guard will be mentioned a little later on, but WAEL ARAKJI has been a star for Lebanon. He can dominate a game even if he does not take shots. If you take a look at his numbers, I don't think he even put up 10 shots in those 2 games, in those 2 wins. But his imprint is definitely there. Kaya niyang dalhin yung koponan to wherever he wants them to go. And he is really the engine that keeps Lebanon going.
9 field goal attempts in the 2 games against Indonesia. Still, he managed to score in those 2 games around 30 points. So,
That's
really crazy.
So,
parang Diego Dario numbers lang yun eh.
Very efficient, very efficient. But for the next one, I'm sure a lot of...
Unnecessary shot, Paulo Del Rosario.
I would take that as a compliment, though. I would take that as a
I
compliment.
was boosting him up.
I would take that.
Now, let's move on, Jex. Before
For
we
the
go
next
too deep
player,
in this.
Carlo, you mentioned this guy. I'm sure a lot of Filipino fans know this guy. I'm sure they've seen him play. Gu Ailun, taller than most of the Asian point guards. He's been playing in the youth division, and actually nakamatchup pa nga yata niya si Kiefer at some point. What can you say about him?
Gu Ailun is proven. I mean, he is still relatively young, but if you try to look back at where he was in 2015, when he helped China defeat the Philippines, unfortunately, to win the 2015 FIBA Asia Championship, he was already one of the best guards in Asia alongside Jason Castro.
Yeah.
And now he's still playing at this very high level. You just have to go back to that first game against Japan. Their center, Zochi, played very well in the first 3 quarters, dominated with 24 points and 12 rebounds. Unfortunately, suffered a sprained ankle. And then, like a switch, biglang it was the Gu Ailun show. When he felt that Zochi was no longer there, well, I guess it's time for me to take over. And that is what he can bring to the table. He can dominate the game with his scoring, with his playmaking. He has definitely improved his 3-point shooting ability, but his slashing and his mid-range game remains to be on point. And that is why I think with WAEL ARAKJI, these 2 are the top class, top caliber point guards in the Asian region.
Parang Pau Del Rosario pala.
I don't know. What are you talking
What
about,
games are you
Jex?
watching?
No, let's not talk about that. All right, Juji, you mentioned him a while ago. Let's not go too far away. Oh my God, Jex. Let's not go too far away. So China, again, has, if you look at the Chinese basketball team, is probably one of the faces, if not the face of the Chinese basketball team right now. We all know what he can do, but how did he impress you in this window?
He just dominated. Ganun kasimple, no? I don't think that Japan would be the kind of team, at least here in the Asian qualifiers, to test a player like Zochi. But again, without Haddadi, the spot for the best center in Asia is up for grabs. And Zochi should be the favorite to fill into that role. He's playing in Australia's National Basketball League for South Melbourne, I believe. And he was just a cut above everyone else. No? Merong naturalized player, itong Japan, it didn't even matter. Zochi was just too good for everyone. And again, 24 points and 12 rebounds in only 3 quarters of action. Even if we did not see him in the second game to play it safe, to protect that ankle, it did not matter. We have seen enough of Zochi to know that he will be one of the players to watch for the entirety of this Asian qualifiers.
Yes, that's for sure. Very dominant guy. But let's talk about Amir Hinton from Syria. Look look at this stat line, 33 points in the first game, and he had 32 points on the second game. I'm sure he's a scorer, Carlo.
I'm quite sure.
What else can you say about it?
I think so. Oh, baka nga.
You know about Hinton. When he was in college, he was unfortunately called as a second coming of Dwayne Wade.
Oh, really?
We know, unfortunately, that it would not be the case because, well, he's not in the NBA right now. If he was a Dwayne Wade level player, he would be there. Unfortunately for him, he will have to look for another avenue to make it into the league. But with Syria, he will get all the touches. They do not have, a strong system with a deep rotation of players who could be good. So Hinton will be a scoring machine. Can he give them wins? That is the big question for Syria moving forward.
So those were the top picks of Carlo Pamintuan for the last Asia Cup, the World Cup qualifiers here in Asia. And I think what we've all discovered is that we need to determine what efficiency is in point guards and what a point guard actually is.
And where you play basketball.
This was a very weird conversation, at least in the middle. But Carlo, again, thank you very much for joining us, and we're going to talk to you again very soon about all this.
Thank you for having me.
Thanks, Carlo. Now, when we return, we'll check in with latest homegrown Filipina volleyball player abroad, Mylene Paat, live from Thailand. Keep it here, you're watching The Game.
Welcome back to The Game. I'm Paulo Del Rosario. Filipina opposite hitter Mylene Paat officially joins Nakhon Ratchasima Volleyball Club as their import in Thailand. The Philippine national team pool stalwart and 2021 PVL champion will now wear yellow, orange, and pink with a four-time Thailand League champion and AVC Club Championship silver medalist. Now, joining us live from Korat, Thailand is national team member and the latest homegrown Filipino volleyball player abroad, Mylene Paat. Mai, welcome to The Game.
Hi, Ate Mai.
Hello po. Good evening sa inyo.
Ayun, perfect. Alam mo,
Hi, Pao.
I
Hello.
asked for energy before this show even began, and we're going to ramp it up, Mai. Unang-una, congratulations becoming a homegrown import now going to Thailand. First of all, pakwento naman, how did this all come about? When was the first contact? When did they scout you? Because a lot of fans are asking a lot of questions because this came about relatively quickly.
Actually, hindi ko alam kung ano. Thank you sa pag-imbita sa akin dito. And actually, hindi ko alam kung paano nila ako na-scout. Pero I think nung nakarang ABC, doon nakita nila yung performance ko. And sabi nga nila nagustuhan nila yung performance ko doon. Kaya kinuha nila ako.
Well, Ate Mai, isa ka na sa, one of the players in a very specialist na naglalaro abroad in terms of, homegrown players. One, Alyssa Valdez, Jaja and Dindin Santiago, and of course you, Ate Mai. How do you feel about this?
Actually, feel ko, steady lang. Alam mo yung hindi ko pa rin masabi yung sarili ko na sinasabi. Yung ibang tao sinasabi nila na yung star, ganito, ganyan. Pero hindi ko ma-feel sa sarili ko na star ako kasi gusto ko pa rin matuto sa bawat gagalawin ko. And of course, sobrang glad ko lang na napabilang ako sa kanila. Sobrang blessed ko na maka-join sa ganitong league. And of course, na makilala din ng Pilipinas.
Alright, so now before we move on to yung nitty-gritty in terms of like yung training nyo and your teamates, a lot of Filipino fans here are asking, Mai, how long are you going to stay in Thailand? Do you have a contract length? And of course, will you be able to come back to the Philippines for any of the other tournaments here?
Actually, itong league lang na to yung sinign kong contract. So, December to February or December to March. So, ayun, ganun lang po siya kaikli. Pero para sa akin, matagal na siya na rin.
Oh, perfect. And Mai, nasabi mo kanina that you already have had 2 training sessions with the team so far. Kamusta naman yon? And siguro na-culture shock ka ba? And how was yung pagtanggap sa'yo ng teammates mo?
Actually, nung pagdating ko, kahapon, nung nakasama ko na sila sa training, parang tahimik lang. Tapos, sumusunod lang ako sa kung anong drills na gagawin nila, sa kung anong lipad na gagawin nila. Kasi, alam mo yung drills dito, as in liparan talaga. Yung sinasabi ko, pagkausap ko rin yung teammates ko, kaibigan ko na nakaka-video call ko, sabi ko, grabe yung training dito kasi nagliliparan talaga sila. Alam mo yung parang the whole time ng training, scrimmage lahat yung ginagawa. Parang para yung tawag nito, familiarization na sa loob ng court.
Oo, syempre, sobrang athletic ng mga players dyan. And I'm sure kahit di masyado kayo nagkakaintindihan yung language, volleyball pa rin yung common language niyo, that's for sure. Pero makakasama mo sa team mo si isang legendary player na si Nut Sara. Anong feeling mo na magiging teammate mo siya?
Nung una, sabi ko na excite ako. Pero, ayun, hindi ko pala siya makaka-teammate dito kasi nag-import din siya sa US.
Ah, okay. And of course, syempre, a lot of the fans out here just want you to do well. And a lot of them, and I'm sure everyone's excited to see you play. And I'm sure you're excited for your very first game. Pero anong mensahe mo to all the Filipino fans out here just wanting to see you in action, wanting to see you really tear it up there in Thailand?
Ayun, maraming salamat sa suporta and of course, patuloy po nating suportahan yung volleyball community. Ayun, ipagdasal po natin na injury-free po lahat. Ayun, yun lang.
Alam mo, Mai, I wanted to start out this interview with yung greeting that you taught me in Thailand, pero hindi ko talaga kaya. So, could you just say goodbye to us in Thailand for all the fans out there?
Hindi ko alam yung goodbye.
Okay,
Greeting
hello
lang
lang pala. Next time na lang. Next time na lang, Mai. Okay, salamat. Thank you very much.
Sinasabi nila na sawadi, ganun, pag mag-greet, tapos pag mag-goodbye. Parang same lang na kaya.
Iba lang ata yung tone.
Okay, but okay, you know what? We have to learn. Mai, teach us when you come home. Thank you very much, Mai.
Thank you.
Thanks, Ate Mai. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
And thank you guys for joining us. That's it for today, tonight. My name is Diego Darius.
I'm Paulo Del Rosario. This has been The Game.